Say something, the air, and don't give up on us. Say something, dear, and don't give up on us. I know we're a really good team. I know we can always light that beam. Say something, dear, and don't give up on us. Say something, Sacramento Kings. We don't want to give up on this team.
I think we've officially hit rock bottom.
I think it's expectations. I think it's hype. I think it's watching the last 2 games against one of last 3 games against one of the top teams in the West, and just coming up short, realizing our depth isn't there. No matter how top heavy we are, no matter how many all-stars we have, there's some depth in our team that is clear, and we're not getting it from enough people. And as much as it is funny to talk about, and as much as it's humorous to talk about the Kings' struggles and whatever, it sucks to see a team that we had so much anticipation for, so much expectations for, come up short, because our top players are playing good and we just don't have a deep enough team. And I think the only finger pointing you can do is Monty McNair. I really think so. And obviously the Devin Carter injury hurts us, and but I think we're a trade away from really establishing ourselves as a team. And man, it's just disappointing, dude. It's just disappointing.
I can't really tell if you just gave a eulogy or a motivational speech.
I think a little both.
I think I'm.
A little bit.
I think
it was a little both.
I think the emotions that have been going through my mind in this past 3 games, we're officially 3 games under 500 now. Lakers come into our building, absolutely take care of business against us, back-to-back games, unexcusable. To a team that in the prior seasons when they were coached by Darvin Ham, we beat them. We were in the Darvin Ham era. They were 1-8 against the Sacramento Kings, and in this new JJ Redick era, with a team in Sacramento that you would believe going into the season is better, stronger, built for a potential 50-game run, we've lost 3 straight to the same exact team, and it's just. I need to tell you.
I think it's a team with, especially with worse depth than it was 2 years ago.
Exactly, and it's
like the math ain't mathin'.
Okay, speaking of math ain't mathin',
yeah.
get your calculators out because I'm about to blow your mind.
Yep.
The Kings, in their last 15 games, are 5-10. So far this season, only 4 teams in the entire NBA have lost 10 games at home.
Can I guess one of them?
You can.
Utah Jazz.
That is one. Johnny, do you have a guess for the other?
Houston Rockets.
Oh,
okay.
No, because they're good.
No. They're a good team. They're a good team.
Okay. Portland Trailblazers.
No, I'll just tell you.
No, Washington Wizards.
Okay, Utah
They're in the
Jazz.
East, you-
No, 4 teams in the NBA, Johnny.
Oh, I thought you said West.
Only 4 teams in the
No,
NBA
it's-
have lost
yeah.
10 games at home, and they're Utah Jazz,
Charlotte Hornets.
Thank
you.
Washington Wizards, who have only won 4 games, and the Sacramento Kings. And guess what? Out of those 4 teams, 3 of them are 14 games below 500, and then there's us. Do you know how sickening that is? That makes me want to vomit. That makes me want...
Especially with our home court, like how loud our fan... It's a disrespect to our fan base. I think it's a massive disrespect to our fan base. Because we have some of the most loyal fan bases in the entire NBA. We have a very beautiful arena that came out in 2016. It is just an absolute travesty. It is an absolute disgrace. And the players, I mean, you said that, Johnny mentioned that the finger pointing should be at Monty McNair. I think it's the whole entire organization. The players, the staff, the coaching staff, all the training facility members, all these players that get them ready. There's no accountability. There's no heart from this team. There's no heart. There's no dog in this team. You think we add Jay Crowder to give that dog on our team? No. What does he do? He doesn't play those 2 games where you can set him up against LeBron to rattle him. That's a game where you put Jay Crowder on there to be that facilitator, to be that dog, and you say, listen, you go out and you rattle LeBron because he's rattled LeBron in the past.
They dapped up at mid-game.
Yeah, but then
He's got respect for him.
and then he gave him a jersey too. So I was like, all right. I mean, because Jay Crowder is a competitor. You want to just do that because he's a trash talker. He's a competitor, and I'm so appalled by just what I've seen the last week or so. Just poor basketball, just poor execution. Defense is just absolutely asinine. I think the Monk starting has failed, especially when we are playing defense. I mean, the defense was so bad. There was a play today where Austin Reeves and Max Christie were in a pick and roll, and Monk and Fox were trying to guard that pick and roll, and it just looked like it was like fifth grade basketball.
Yeah, I think we're beyond the point where finger pointing isn't ideal, right? It's not the tell-all be-all. Finger pointing isn't going to help our situation, right? Obviously, Monty McNair is our general manager, and he's the one that ultimately puts players on our team and puts them in positions to play for us. And Coach Brown obviously puts those players in rotations and in positions to perform for us. But I think we have to hold each other accountable, and I feel like those talks in the locker room, those locker room meetings, as you could say, haven't happened yet. And if they haven't really had an impact on anybody. But no matter who's on the court for you, we still have that same core. I think Keegan is having a year that none of us expected. I think his not downfall, I would say, but his regression this year is something that caught us off guard. But we shouldn't be relying on a third-year player to carry us or to be our third best player, right? He should be an asset to us, but even if he's struggling, we should be able to find a way to win games. And we really needed DeRozan, I feel like, these last 4 or 5 games in Keegan's absence or lack thereof of productivity. So it really sucks because this was a roster that we had a lot of high hopes for. Obviously, we're still close to 500. The season isn't lost. We're still only 20, 30 games in. So we have a lot of time, but it's disheartening because of the expectations we had. And it would be shocking to not see Monty McNair make a move because I think it's clear to every fan watching, every Kings fan watching that we need to have something happen. We need to have a change happen. And I think the good news is, a silver lining of all these struggles is I truly feel like we're like one move away. We're one major move, maybe 2 minor moves away from really competing. If that means move on from De'Aaron Fox, that's fine. If that means move on from Keegan Murray, that's fine. I think I'm at the point as a fan, there shouldn't be anyone off the table. And it's disheartening as this to say, and it's kind of as weird it would be to depart from one of your core pieces, I guess. They've shown that they're movable, and it sucks. It really does suck because you want loyalty to your players, but I think beyond the loyalty that you have for the players on your team, you want them to win, you want them to succeed, and when you feel like they're not giving you maximum effort, I think it makes it a little bit more easier for you to make the call and to make the trade. So obviously, depending on the offer, depending on who we would get back, that would be an ideal situation, but I'm at the point as a Kings fan right now where nothing's off the table. And I don't think that's an unfair opinion.
I agree.
I really don't.
Agree.
Because of the expectations we had for this team and how disappointed we've been as fans. Not only the losses we've taken, but how we're not able to protect home court and win in front of our hometown fans. I think that's the most disheartening thing of all time is the fact that we're disappointing our Sacramento fans in person.
Like you said, we can't win at home. We're 6-10 now. We've lost more games than we could count at home. It's been a trend for 3 seasons now. We can't win at home for some reason. But there has been teams in the NBA where you could still find success with not winning at home. We've seen it with the Warriors that one year where they beat us in the playoffs. Like, some teams could do it, but for a fan base as strong as Sacramento's, for us to be so loyal to the city for so many years and go into that arena and not know if we're going to win day in and day out, it's annoying. It sucks. But the Kings have had an extremely tough week in the media. Rich Paul, De'Aaron Fox's agent, is in town, obviously, because LeBron's playing. He went up to the front office, and he pretty much saying, I'm monitoring the situation with De'Aaron. I want to know if Sacramento can be a permanent home for him. questions are starting to arise for the franchise, for De'Aaron, there's just a lot of uncertainty right now. And I think everyone knows the elephant in the room. If we have an unsuccessful season, it could be a drastic change to our franchise. And
for sure. And that's why I bring it up.
I know, but
it's not a slight to De'Aaron, but it's like understanding the situation, understanding that he's going to have needs, he's going to have desires that may not have the Kings in his future plans, right? So when I'm saying make a move, I'm not saying trade De'Aaron because we don't like him as a player. It's like, no, we trade De'Aaron because we might not be able to meet his expectations in a year that we really need to. So it's not make a move because we hate you.
It's glad you clarified because you startled me.
It's make a move because
he deserves better.
He deserves better, and we don't know what his decisions are beyond this year.
And I think he wants to win too. And not only that, I think the franchise wants to see success too. It may not be the same type of linear success where De'Aaron is looking for championships. While we are on the other side, we're trying to just make sure that we're just trying to get through this crazy, crazy West right now because the West is just so insanely stacked. So you kind of have to look at from both sides where can we find that middle ground where De'Aaron can go to a place that we can win that he can go win championships, and then how can we as a franchise set ourselves up with assets to get ourselves to be able to win a championship ourselves.
Before we dive too much into this, because obviously there's a lot of emotions in the room right now. Because this is a discussion that we will have later in the podcast because there's so many layers, and I feel like we jumped in. I think we need to pump the brakes on that one subject right now.
Man. I'm joking.
No, because the thing is, this team with our current roster, we have lost 12 out of our 16 games against Western Conference teams. Like you said, this conference is just geographically, we are very unlucky. 16 losses this year, 12 of them are to Western Conference teams. We're 0-3 against the Lakers, 0-2 against the Clippers, 0-1 against the Nuggets, 0-1 against the Grizzlies, 0-1 against the Thunder, 1-2 against the Wolves, 1-2 against the Spurs. The one win was without Wemby. 1-0 against Houston and 2-0 against the Suns, and those both games were without Durant. So clearly, changes need to be made. But like I said earlier, we are at rock bottom.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, it's already been bad, but I just don't know how it could get any worse. I swear to God. Like, I just don't know how it can get any worse. I really don't.
It's just been one of those weeks, man.
Yeah.
It's been one of those.
No way.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No, stop.
I think it
got
worse.
Stop this right now. There's no way this is happening. No, please take that off. Take that off. That is not allowed.
That's the last thing I want to see.
Please.
RT,
no.
why'd you have to jinx it?
RT, are you you just...
Did you just speak this into existence? Is this what happens?
RT.
Dude.
RT's like a genie.
Why did you make this happen? This is quite possibly the
Jeez,
last thing I would have wanted to happen.
This is just bad.
Are you kidding me?
At least we have another Kings fan on our side. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, there we go.
We got at least one more Kings fan in here.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, I gotta introduce myself. What's up, Kings fans?
This is amazing. Everyone, this is my brother, Gek. Gek flew in from San Diego. He's in Sacktown for the holidays, and he is joining the pod. Gek, introduce yourselves to the people.
Thank you, Cristo. Yeah, I'm Cristo's brother, born and raised Kings fan. I've been living in San Diego for like 2 years now. Here for the holidays, and pretty much every time I come up, I make it a point to go to every single Kings game that I possibly can. And I have to apologize because I think I jinxed us tonight. I did.
Explain yourself. Please explain yourself. Explain yourself.
I posted on Instagram that in the last 3 years, since the Beam Team era started, the Kings have only lost one game that I've been in attendance. And I said, please keep it that way. As soon as I hit upload, I knew I made a mistake.
No.
And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, Gek, honestly. You had a good run. You had a good run.
I mean, Gek.
It's not your fault.
10-1's a pretty good run. It sounded a lot like Domas and AD.
I know.
So
yeah.
The thing that's crazy is the two guys to my right, they have a different story about their...
Very different.
Can you guys explain what kind of luck you have when you guys are rooting on for your ugly ass team.
Well, first of all, hello, King Nation. Quite an introduction he just gave me.
Introduce yourself, boys.
So my name is Chris, much like this guy Cristo. We met obviously in college some years back, and you know, I'm surprised that after all these years it took me this long to come to SAC to even watch a Kings Lakers game. So, you know, I'm proud that I finally made it up here, and what a way to come to SAC! Like what an entrance! I got the Lakers dub, but yeah.
And then we also have
Hello, Kings Nation. My name
no. Talk to the Kang Gang. Say
Kang Gang Pod. I would just like to say my name is Ramon, but all these boys know me as a wonderful name. My nickname for them is Choach.
Choach is in the building, everyone.
Choach is in the building,
Choach,
everyone.
Choach.
And
So Choach and Chris, they how many games have you guys been to now?
So this is the thing. Me and Choach go to Laker games all the time back down in LA. And what are we, Choach? Like in the last like 4 years, we haven't seen a loss. I think we're like 10-0 in the last
Which
like
is
4
insane.
years.
And they brought with Geck happening to post that on his story, bragging about his. They kept it cool. They come into our arena.
We didn't say
They were
anything.
very respectful, by the way, which other Laker fans tonight were not.
Yeah.
And they were just keeping it cool, enjoying the game. And they saw a beamless night.
Yeah. I was not proud of some of the Laker fans' activities I saw tonight.
Yes, thank you for
But,
taking responsibility.
You know, I tried to be respectful. I tried to, you know, show pride in my team, but in a nice way.
Was there some
Yeah.
brawls tonight or what? What's going on?
There was, we saw. Well, after the game, we were leaving Flatstick, and there's a guy who was wearing a Lakers jersey just getting cussed out,
Getting thrown out.
thrown out by the
Thrown
security guard
out
at
of the
Flatstick,
stick.
and he was cussing back and forth, and I'm like, that's just. I'm glad that guy's not wearing a Kings uniform because you know I feel like we would have to take ownership, you know. But since it was a Lakers
Whoever
jersey,
claim him.
Yeah, we claim
No,
him.
he does not represent Laker Nation. Not
Yes,
at all.
yeah,
Not
so-
at all.
Yeah, so
Jeez, dude.
so
I'm not surprised though.
So we all, so me, Chris, Choach, my brother Geck, and the ladies, we all went to the game tonight. I really wanted to show them what Sacramento was really like, and the one thing that is so special about this city is that beautiful purple beam. we honor the beam. We live for the beam. Our whole life is basically. We will do everything to get that sky turning purple, and you guys did not get to see it, and it's honestly your guys' fault. It really is. So
It's our fault too.
It is.
Yeah, it's our fault. It's the team's fault.
We didn't deserve to win.
We did not deserve to win this game
I almost
tonight.
brought another Laker fan in here. Well, I got one more. No, I'm joking.
Hey, please no, please no.
do you know what better?
Our team's got a
what's better
roster.
than
Abe
the
Romero.
purple beam?
What's better than a
The
purple?
purple and gold, baby.
Oh, stop that.
no.
That- Hearing this in
I
person,
can't.
it's crazy.
Yeah, you guys
fucking
better watch
vomit.
it. You're gonna get kicked out real soon.
Yeah, hey,
Vomit.
hey, if you want to stay and enjoy it and have a nice civil podcast, you better not talk about those Lakers too much.
Usually, the ratio of Kings fans to Lakers fans allowed here should usually be 1 to 0. we're pushing it at 2 to 1 right now. So
Yeah,
You better- you
2 to
better
1
take it
Kings
easy.
ratio is crazy.
Me and Choach can hold our own.
Also, real quick, I do want to circle back on one thing. This is un-Kings related, but at some point tonight, you're gonna have to give us the etymology of Choach.
Oh, we will. Oh, I'll give the full breakdown.
You gotta explain at some point. How did you get from
I
Ramon
will.
to Choach?
No, I will. This is gonna be a fun episode because obviously there's so much sadness that is within my body right now.
Pain.
Like I feel so much
Without love.
Like I think all of us could. I mean, Kings fans, we're not. This is not something that we're foreign to. You know, we've been dealing with sadness and heartbreak our whole lives.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, it's not like the Lakers are getting carried by a 40-year-old, so it's like they beat us, but like, dude,
He's not wrong.
we suck,
not.
dude.
I'm
We
not
suck.
all.
They're getting carried by a 40-year-old and JJ Redick, a podcaster. So it's like respect.
JJ
Like, there's
Redick-
nothing we can really say. It's like they beat us because we're ass. Like,
JJ's 3-0 in his new.
he's a podcaster.
Yeah, he's a podcaster. Like
podcaster and a 40-year-old beat us, and a guy with a unibrow. A Disney.
no, the thing, no,
It sucks.
The
It
thing,
sucks.
Disney.
It sucks.
the thing that's even worse
No, it does.
is that a guy named D'Angelo Russell could get 2 incredible games, which Laker fans are ready to drop kick him out of their franchise. But then
he's
against
out. He's
Sacramento,
gone.
he just goes off. He scores 20 tonight, and I think he had 15 or 16.
Even Gabe Vincent came through.
All
Hit
the
some
guys that
clutch
you guys
buckets.
hate on the Lakers are playing so
Stockton,
good.
Hey, that's a
against us.
Stockton boy.
Yeah, hey.
That's a Stockton boy.
So let's
209.
talk about this game that we just witnessed. Actually, I want to start with you guys. What is your thoughts of never stepping foot into Sacramento before? What do you think about the city so far? What do you think about the arena? Just talk about your guys' experience of what you thought of what Sacramento has to offer.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I grew up being a lifelong Lakers fan. I've been going since the 2001, 2002, 2003 Lakers championship days. I've been going to all those games. Don't remember them quite well because I was young, but
I mean, that's little too. We could respect that.
exactly.
We
You
could
guys
respect
remember
that.
the 2002?
Of course.
Yeah, you guys. Was that a low blow? I'm sorry.
Whoa.
No, but it was
Yeah,
well,
we-
we-
we- we responded-
we
hey, we
apologize.
responded with an uppercut, though. So,
Wow.
We got you too. We got you too. I'll take it on the chin.
Up chin, yeah,
Yep,
there you go.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
Yeah, just going back to the Sacramento Arena, Golden One. I think it is by far better than the Crypto.
Thank you so much.
In
Thank you.
so
That
many
means a
ways.
lot. That
It's-
means a lot.
It's much more modern. It's way nicer. Your guys' in-game announcer is insane.
Shouts out Scott Moak and shouts out Scott Freshour.
Both the Scots are beautiful. Oh my god. Your guys' announcer is like what? Like mid 40s, something like that?
Yeah.
And he's been the voice for the Kings for a very
Like
long time.
Early 50s.
Our guy is like pushing 90. He's very old.
He's so,
Have you guys ever been to a
he's so
game?
monotone.
Yes,
No, but
very
I
monotone.
know their announcer.
He talked.
He was the same announcer
like
for
he's,
like Magic and Cream and like everybody.
Yeah.
Like
Can you
he's-
do his
he's old.
impersonation for the starting lineup, like what he would do?
Oh, that's Choach. Choach loves that.
Starting at your forward, number 23, LeBron James.
So that's what the Lakers guy sounds like. And now, RT, you tell us what Scott Moak brings to our arena.
And now, it is your time, the Sacramento Kings.
Darren Fox.
Yeah,
Like-
we do not have that.
So it's so crazy. Like it's an testament to how great
Thank you.
how much effort we put into like our arena. Obviously, we were ranked number 1 arena, and that isn't just because of like what it looks like on the outside, like what type of technological advancements we have. It's basically like what type of environment we provide, and I think that's something that I take a lot of pride in. Like I think Sacramento, we kill it with the entertainment. I think Scott Moak, Scott Freshour, they kill it. They do an incredible job at what they do, and they make it so much fun for everyone. You don't have to be a basketball fan to walk into our arena and have the time of your life. So I'm glad that you guys finally got to experience that.
No, not even just the announcer, just the whole production, like the fan engagement.
The fireworks. You were not expecting the fireworks.
How does an arena have fireworks? Like what the heck?
He was mind blown by the pyrotechnics.
I got scared.
You did. You did.
I got scared.
I was telling him, I was like, we need to be in our seat by the time the player intros happen, because that's my favorite part of the game.
Yeah,
It's
see.
every single time they kill it. Scott Moak, I don't know how that guy has not lost his voice in all these years doing this, but he's been on an all-time run right now. But so okay, I think it's time to talk about this game. So
Should I start?
whoa.
Give him the script.
All
Give him
right.
the script.
Well,
Watch what you say.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be very cordial on this.
Thank you.
Very respectful here, Kings Nation. Well, I think, not trying to bag on the Kings, but they gave us a run for our money the last, what was it, minute and a half? We were up by like 8 or so, and they just came back, and at one point I was very nervous that you guys were going to hit a 3-point buzzer beater, but Rui Hachimura, let's just give him a quick shout out with that little tap out. AD got the ball, hit it back to a free throw shooter who could actually shoot free throws in Austin Reeves. And that pretty much iced the game for us.
I think the ending of that Kings-Lakers game is pretty much the knife. What's the phrase? Knife in the coffin? Nail in the coffin. It was the nail in the coffin for Monty McNair to realize we have so many issues with our team, and this is like seeing it firsthand. We can't get a rebound to give ourselves one more possession to try and win the game. We even sub in Alex Len to go on. We like Mike brings in our other center to go box out LeBron, and then Sabonis versus Who was it? Sabonis, Rui.
Yeah, it was Rui, and then
just-
Sabonis didn't box out Rui, and then that was the tap out.
I don't know if he
and
jumped early. I don't know what it was,
LeBron
but
It was a
Even try.
weird bounce, but still,
it was a high bounce. I'll give him that.
If we had players there in the right position, guard on the other side or forward on the other side, we should have had that.
Like,
for sure.
you need to treat that last possession like it's everything, and it just looks like they got it so easily, and that lost the game for us. I mean, obviously there was a lot of other things that lost the game for us too. It wasn't just that.
In the
but
last 2 minutes, oh my goodness.
RT, you want to break down the last 2 minutes of
Oh,
the game?
so the last 2 minutes, I'm going to bring up a friend's DM. Shout out to John Arrow, and he was basically mentioning, he was just like, I'm going to take away all of the F-bombs that he said, but basically he said, so basically what
Keep it
happened
PG.
was, yes, exactly. So basically what happened was there was a transition take foul that was uncalled, and was
that the LeBron one?
That was the LeBron one.
Oh,
Yeah,
We
my
thought it
God.
was,
Yeah,
too.
we were waiting for it.
because
We were wondering.
when I watched it at home, I thought it was a transition take foul too, and it was
100%.
just like a very, very much an easy transition take, but they called it a loose ball foul. They also have a no ball review on AD, so where AD touched it last, and that was not overcalled. I think what the Lakers did, they called the timeout so that way
Yep.
the
Shout
Kings
out JJ.
didn't. Yeah, JJ called the timeout quick. Basically, didn't allow the Kings to use their timeout and have a full review, which is actually pretty smart from the Lakers. That is one thing that I'll give JJ his flowers for.
JJ is such a smart man.
Was that play reviewable, or because I know they used their challenge already, so I don't know if
Well,
can they-
I think in the last 2 minutes, though, right?
Everything's under review,
Yeah,
right?
everything's
Okay.
under review. Yeah, it should be. I mean, the last 2 minute report will probably come out tomorrow, and it'll be like that'll be probably the number one thing that'll be on there.
We're the last 2 minute report champions. Like,
We
that's
really are. Hang up the L2M banner in the
Yeah,
in the
we need a
GLC.
banner. Like, you got the NBA Cup banner, but like, yeah, give us the L2M. Like, we'll take
L2M. We'll take the L2M. We'll take
that.
the L2M.
But and then afterwards, and then he was like, yeah, and then he mostly said like, we didn't secure a rebound with our three biggest guys in. So
Wait, there was one play that was huge play. There's 2 seconds left after that out of bounds call, right? We couldn't overturn.
oh yeah, that too. The
And then-
loose, yeah, that was the loose ball like foul. That was
Wait,
yeah.
yeah. So they inbound the ball to Anthony Davis in the corner, and Malik is hugging him, and he goes up for a shot. He was not going to make that shot if Malik just put his hand up. There's no way he was making that shot. Fading in
That's
our
a bad
bench.
play.
shot.
That's a bad play by Malik. I
Malik
think.
just had a terrible night tonight.
That was a turnaround
Malik-
jumper that you're going to live
Oh,
with.
Malik
even if
defensively
AD
was-
is deadly, but you got to let him shoot that.
He's not making that.
He was
Don't
not,
foul him
As
in
a
that
Laker fan,
situation.
AD's not making that.
Turnaround fadeaway three from the corner. He's not.
He's
making
not
that.
making that. So it's
No.
like you just put your hand up in that situation, and he didn't do
You know
that.
who wouldn't have committed that foul? His name rhymes with Shmeon Dellis. That's who wouldn't have committed a foul in that situation.
would know how to handle that.
Shmeon Dellis
Is it true?
what his name
Is it
rhymes
true that
with.
Shmeon Dellis only had 8 minutes tonight?
That is true.
And in those
That
8
is very
minutes, he had
true.
2 steals.
Yeah, it's very true.
His first play of the game, he had
Unreal.
a steal breakaway layup.
Dude,
he started out hot.
he's
Yeah,
a
started out
difference
hot.
maker, but for some reason
And
he
I
can't get-
texted in the group chat. I was basically just like yelling at Creastone John, and I'm like, start Keon. Why are we like not starting him?
Yeah.
Like I just don't get that.
When you get an all caps text from RT, and the words say "free Keon," you know RT.
when I have all caps, it feels like I'm yelling at other
Yeah.
people.
What was that guy's name? Jones or something?
Oh,
like that?
Isaac Jones.
Isaac Jones.
How is Isaac Jones getting more minutes than Keon Ellis?
That, I
though?
mean, okay, from an outsider's point of view, RT, here, break it down.
Yeah, I think because like one, he's a big, and that helps him give him like more backup minutes. But I think just from like another standpoint, he does bring a lot of energy towards like our front court a little bit.
He's just like our only like
he's
kind
like
of
our
like
only big
our wing defender.
He's like
Wing
another
off the
big.
bench.
He's
He's like our
big-
only like big wing.
He's like a
yeah.
four, like a four. Yeah, so that's
Because
like
Trey Lyles isn't,
Yeah.
Trey Lyles isn't a
he's coming
lockdown
back.
defender.
Well,
it's
he's coming back though.
The reason we start Malik is to give us more offensive firepower, but it's like, dude, De'Aaron Fox needs to step it the fuck up. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like we don't need more offense other than Keegan, DeRozan, Fox, and Sabonis. Like we need defenders
So
alongside
you're telling me
them.
31
As
points
much as-
tonight is not enough?
As much as Malik
Not in the
helps
clutch.
us offensively, no, not in the clutch. Is it going to help us win a game? No, dude, he's putting up great numbers. But when you have Keon start instead of Malik, it's more pressure on Fox to be that guy. And I feel like he needs that for 4 quarters, not just in the third quarter, not just in the second quarter, not just the start of the fourth. I feel like he gives us enough firepower to where we don't need Malik until that second unit comes in.
Yeah.
And it just sucks, dude. It sucks when Keon is such a focal point for us, not just last year, but the preseason as well, how great he produced for us. And it sucks just seeing him get 8 minutes tonight. It's pretty disheartening.
But here's the thing, though. So obviously, you guys are going to make some moves. You're going to make some trades. Is he on the block for you guys? Like, would you be okay letting him go, or
I would.
is he untouchable at this point?
I think we need to get bigger. I think the Kings need to get bigger. I think we need to get longer. I think we need to get more athletic. The fact that Isaac Jones, who's a two-way player, is our only other big forward that gets minutes is not. It's not
cutting it.
It's not a recipe to be a good team.
I think Monty McNair is under immense pressure right now, and I think something is going to happen very, very soon. My sources are telling me something is going to happen soon. Like I was saying before we were recording,
Trust me.
like my expertise sources, I think in the next couple of days we are going to wake up to news on our phones that either something very great for the future happened or something absolutely terrible is going to happen. And we've been linked to a bunch of names. Like we've been linked to Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Kyle Kuzma for 4 or 5 years, it feels like.
LeBron James.
We were linked to LeBron James.
You guys were linked to LeBron.
Goat James.
There's 450 players in the NBA. We've been linked to at least one of them at some point, and I think Monty McNair knows, especially with this week, with this pressure, with the Rich Paul meeting, with all of the news, the media is on like a Sacramento rampage tour right now. It's like Sac is like under a microscope. And like when you're seeing us lose close game after close game, I'm not going to repeat it as much times as Mike Brown would, but something needs to change. We know what we're lacking. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happens tomorrow or sometime this week, because Monty McNair knows if he wants to keep this specific core together, he needs to make a trade that's going to bring in some type of depth to help us.
If he wants to keep his job too,
yeah,
he didn't get that extension.
He's in the hot seat like
he's in
crazy
the hot seat
right now.
I mean, he's been shown to make moves. I think when you trade, the Halliburton Sabonis trade's a telltale sign that this dude isn't scared to pull the trigger on anything. And I can't think of another emergency situation other than right now for him to make a move. I really don't. And the fact that we're in in rumors and in things shows that he's having those discussions. I think it's a matter of when the move is made, rather than if.
I want to bring up the question, Gek. I want you to chime in on this. What do you think, out of the prospects that the Kings are looking at, who's the missing piece? We got Cam Johnson, great defender, great shooter. We got, who else?
Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah. Would you? Okay. I'll make it a simple
Robert
question.
Williams.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Do you guys have all the same prospects as the Lakers?
No, I think probably.
I think everybody on an NBA roster is on the Lakers prospects. So
that's true.
true.
That is true. Do you think Cam Johnson or Kyle Kuzma would be who would you want more on our team?
Well, I mean, in an ideal world, Victor Wembanyama, but I really like Cam Johnson. Also, I think I literally just saw a tweet about it before I walked in here, but I think it was a tweet from one of the bigger sports page accounts. I'll just say Sideline Sources or something like that. But Cam Johnson's averaging 24 points, 6-something rebounds, and a couple assists over his last 5 games, and with just like a huge underrated tag. And I'm like,
yes.
Wow, what a great piece he would be for the Kings. And I mean, yeah, you guys are right. We need a wing. We need someone who's consistent. We need someone that can defend.
Just defense in general, and just grabbing rebounds in important times. And just there's so many things the Kings are lacking right now. I'm very curious to see the direction we go. This guy was saying some crazy stuff about De'Aaron Fox. I think De'Aaron needs to be a King for life. I think in order for that to happen, we need to make this team we were talking about this. Our starting 5, De'Aaron, Malik, Keegan, Sabonis, and DeRozan. This team should not be 3 games under 500 right now.
Arguably a top 5 starting lineup in the NBA probably.
It's
crazy.
Say what you were telling me about how you felt about us last season or 2 seasons ago.
Is this the
playoff run?
Well, we should have first of all played you guys in the Western Conference Finals. You guys were a quarter away.
Semis.
Yeah,
Western Conference
semis.
But you were pretty much saying that you did not want to play us.
No, I didn't. I don't think any Laker fan, because that year was the streak.
Yeah, that's when Sabonis was.
That's when AD couldn't be Sabonis,
and we went 4-0 against you guys that year too. So it's
we beat the Warriors multiple times that year, so we were okay with them. But the Kangs, like, we can never beat the Kings until this year. So it's
I know.
And
crazy.
that was the Jordan Poole, like Draymond
Yeah.
situation too, and that like
Yeah.
caused like so much friction too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought you guys had it in the bag. Like, I'm still to this day shocked that you guys didn't win.
I think if we
We were
I
game
agree.
7 away.
Yeah, we were
from
half away.
winning that.
Probably from
that
making
was
the
our
Western Conference
breakthrough
Finals.
and who knows what you guys do to Denver? Because you guys play Denver
we
well
played,
that
we played
year.
Denver
Great
well
against
too.
Denver.
And like Denver, there was like a stat where like Denver struggles against
Yeah.
2 and 3 seeds. And that like is a very like we could have made the finals and probably would have won a championship. So I don't know.
You guys were a quarter away from a championship.
Yeah.
That's an actual fact.
If it wasn't for Steph
It's an actual
Wardell
fact.
Curry, we would have been
It's
fine.
an
Archie's
actual
telling me
fact.
that 2 years ago, RT would have been on J Street holding up a sign
shirtless.
during the parade.
Sure.
That's pretty crazy. You guys had trouble with Steph, but we dismantled them. And
Yeah, and that
I know
was,
it's crazy.
yeah,
It is crazy.
But I do
But
want
we
to
took
say,
all their energy.
It's
you
the
know,
matchup
so.
battle. The matchup battle is something.
Yeah, go ahead,
know.
Choach.
I do.
Go ahead,
I do
Choach.
want to say this on both teams. I will say the Sacramento Kings. Your 5 are undoubtedly, like we were talking about, or you guys were mentioning, like arguably one of the best 5 in the league right now. And for both teams, I think it comes down to effort. On the Sacramento Kings side, like you guys have 6 players in that rotation that can easily drop 20 plus. On the other side with the Lakers, we have arguably the top 2 or 2 of the top players in the, like who
You
are
can say top 10. You can
Yeah,
say
top
it.
10.
You can say top 10.
that alone like puts you up there. And like the supporting cast that we have is pretty fair. Russell, if healthy and can like give you 16, 20 points a game, Rui can do the same thing. Like if it just comes down to the effort. We played Phoenix. They were up by like what 18, 20 at one point. And we came back to beat the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, Choach, I think you make a great point. I think you see successful teams this year, right? I.e. Thunder, Rockets. You see that their
Grizzlies,
bench,
my
the Grizzlies,
God, how on
their
earth?
bench doesn't have the marquee names, but they play hard. They play tough. I mean, look at the Thunder. You can't name more than like 4 players on
Same
their
with
team.
The Grizzlies.
But-
bench,
but-
you don't know any of them.
But it's a culture, right? So as good as our starters are, as studs as our starters can be, right? Obviously Keegan's struggling, but your bench needs to come in and take it personal, and that's where we've
a
lost
very good
games.
point.
Where that's why we've won or lost 14 whatever it is games less than 10 points. So it sucks, and it's a culture setter. It's Mike Brown can only do so much to instill in these guys the importance of playing all 4 quarters, but you have to look at yourself in the mirror in the locker room and say, I want this. And I feel like our starters, everyone else other than our starters aren't having that conversation. And I don't know if it's to bring in another veteran, to bring in different pieces, but I'm in the boat of shaking things up, because if the people aren't in the locker room that are, if they're not taking it personal and they're not wanting to perform, then you need to get new pieces in there. And it really does suck, because you see other teams with great cultures that are able to win games and without the star players, without
You
the
would
star
think
names.
it's like kind of like follow the leaders. Like for you guys, it's like your supporting cast should be like, I got De'Aaron and Sabonis who are like studs. Like
I just need to do the dirty work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Lakers.
Just fill in the gaps. You know,
Lakers
fill
the
in
same
Yeah.
thing.
pieces.
Like you got AD and LeBron. Like follow the lead. Like
Exactly.
follow them. Like you can't. Like it's like I love the Lakers, but at the team needs to like understand like LeBron is doing incredible things. No one's probably ever gonna touch what he's doing at this age and producing the points and the stats. Like that alone, like and on top of that, you have Anthony freaking Davis, you have on the team, who can
Yeah.
easily give you 25 and 15 on a given night. Follow them and push them.
And I don't know if it's a thing where the Lakers have better leaders or easier leaders to follow. Obviously, LeBron James is one of the best, if not the best player to ever
I
play
think
the game.
also-
So you're going to do what he says, right?
obey that
But
man.
it's like, that's the thing I struggle with as a King fan is like, are our leaders doing enough to affect everyone else, right? We know they're team players. We know they're players that other people want to play for, but are they going to play hard for us? If you're LeBron James, you're Anthony Davis, you're playing hard for them.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
And-
this is like the GOAT.
I think the
and
coaching-
Anthony Davis
yeah.
is one of the best players
Well,
in the league.
Mike
but
Brown called
with Sabonis
out
and
Fox.
Fox, it's like, as good as they are, get on motherfucking other players
Yeah.
and be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"You're not doing enough for
Oh,
us."
yeah.
Because
Mike
LeBron's
called
going
him
to do
out.
that to you. LeBron's going to call you out.
Oh,
And
I
that's
know.
and JJ being the coach is like,
and JJ's going to do the same thing.
And I think
so
what
I think
also
that's the biggest
yeah.
difference. Is that's how
Also-
your bench produces when your star players holds everyone accountable.
Oh yeah, and JJ like he understands like the offense just looks better from the Lakers than it was
By
like
far, yeah.
because they're giving Anthony Davis the ball.
Yeah.
That's why
JJ's been
that's why
awesome.
he's been super successful. The first 2 weeks, AD was like an MVP candidate, and now like obviously they're still feeding him the ball. He's going through a little bit of a slump, but I think what you can tell in a difference is that JJ is understanding like who the ball needs to go
He's
to.
putting them in better spots.
And he's putting them in better
For sure,
situations.
for
The
sure.
offense flows better when
For sure.
JJ's a coach. So I think that we are struggling with that right now. We have like a consistent offensive flow, and it's not we're not evolving our offense either. So how can you as a team really find ways to get other players involved?
We hold Anthony Davis to what was it, 12 points tonight?
10.
We hold him to
10
10 points
points
tonight, and like you guys are at your best when Anthony Davis is performing well.
By far.
We hold him to 10 points, and we still couldn't win. We couldn't score over 100 points. We ended up with 92 points tonight.
Right?
We didn't
Yeah,
crack,
99.
we didn't crack 100. We didn't crack 100, but it's just it's so frustrating that you could do so many good things. You could do so, but the bad is just outweighing the good, and it's consecutive. And especially when you're playing the same team back to back, like you should know how to, like what adjustments you need to make. And like, I honestly don't think Mike, like you were saying, like Mike Brown can't really do much more. Like he pretty much said in a press conference, he's like, I don't know a better way to get
He
my
can't
point
go out there and
across.
play for them. He can't have the heart for them. He can only put them in the right spots. And he's drawn up some good plays out of timeouts. He's calling, but he can't be out there and he can't give him give him his heart.
You're right. And I think the thing that I really like what Mike Brown did recently is like he called out De'Aaron Fox not to like play better because he's playing incredible this season. He needs to step it up to like you were saying how LeBron, he gets on his guys. Like we were seeing LeBron, he looked like a different animal tonight.
Scary.
He was kind of scary how he interacts with certain players and like.
But
you
it's
don't have
more than the
anyone-
numbers you put up on the court. It's about how you affect everyone else on the
No,
court.
that's what I'm saying.
And
We
that's
don't
why
have that.
everyone loves LeBron. It's because he puts up these crazy numbers, but he makes everyone else better. I mean,
Like-
07, 08 Cavs, 06 Cavs, like he made Delonte West and Mo Williams look like all stars. And that's something that
Anderson Varejao.
is kind of underrated for a star player. And as much as we love Fox, and much as we love his 60-point games that he had earlier this year, that means nothing if the rest of your players aren't contributing to winning.
One of the things too that I think I really want to see during like this, because this is a very critical time right now.
This is the most critical
for the
time.
Kings. Like Cristo and I were talking earlier, and he's like, I feel like we're at a all-time low.
Make or break.
Like,
Yeah.
maybe not all-time low. 2002 still exists,
There's
but
been a lower moment.
but absolutely, but like, but
The 16-year
like-
drought exists.
exactly, like yeah, like the Kings fans have been through it all, but like this is an amazing opportunity for guys on the team to break through the wall, like ignore the chatter. Ignore everything that's going on.
Yes, say it.
And
Say it.
just mentally like show that like I'm gonna emerge as a leader on this team. Like I agree. Like yeah, we need a little bit more out of Fox. We need more out of Sabonis. Like those guys that people look to as our leaders on the team to really be like getting us through this. But there's so much opportunity for other guys. Like I mean, Keon, for example, I think is currently doing that. It's an anomaly to me that he's not getting more minutes because the second that dude steps on the court, the energy shifts. We were down 41-21 first quarter against the Nuggets. Keon steps on the court, makes incredible defensive plays. All of a sudden, we're back in this game by halftime.
He's the plus-minus merchant, RT. You know how Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the free throw merchant? Keon Ellis is the plus-minus merchant. Every time he's on the floor, it's
Hey,
positive.
that's a fact. I like
It's
that.
just straight up positive.
That's his new nickname. I like that.
the plus-minus
Plus
merchant.
minus merchant. Yeah, I like that. That's a good
Free
one. I
Keon,
like
man.
that.
Free Keon. Give that guy more than 8 minutes.
I've been poaching it. I mean, I agree, Gek. Like I've been poaching it on this podcast that Keon just needs consistent minutes. I think that the reservation of him people still in this organization still view him as a two-way player because he came up as a two-way player. I think just baffles my mind. So yeah, I mean, I personally agree with you, Gek, that he should get consistent minutes. I've been saying it to these guys in the group chat. Start Keon Ellis because that will set the tone.
I think the way you guys view Keon Ellis is kind of how the Lakers view Max Christie, right? Like for the last couple of years, he's hardly gotten minutes. This year, he's finally starting to get a little bit more. And then what did we do like a couple weeks ago? Put him in the starting lineup. and then his plus minus just went way up. His
You give
defense
those guys
stats
a
went
chance.
way up.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta sometimes give the young guy a chance.
What's your record with Max Christie in the starting lineup? Do you know off the top
I
of your
think
head?
we've lost one game.
That's
Lost
what's
one.
saying.
Yeah. So that's like an example right there where
Exactly.
you like see it, Chris, where it was like, yeah, that's an example of what Keon could do. Because when we started the season last year, when Keon was starting, he was like 4-0 through like the first 4 games. So, I mean, I agree. Starting lineup changes are effective. We thought the Malik Monk thing was going to work out. Obviously, it hasn't. And now we just have to go back to the drawing board, say, hey, we need to figure out the best way possible to build a winning lineup and a winning culture.
Exactly.
Gak, you were saying something about ignoring the noise, the outside noise, because this is such such a critical time. There's so much going on in the Kings world right now where it's like, I feel like our front office is getting so many calls right now where they're trying to like punch us when we're already down right now, you know, like. And then like people were making the joke that like Tyrese Halliburton tomorrow night, or he has the chance to kick the Kings while they're already down right now. It's like I think we're letting the noise enter our locker room, and it's affecting us how we're playing on the court. And like what De'Aaron Fox said in his press conference today, that was just so on the money, is that we're not having fun playing basketball together. And that hurt so bad because this team was so special during that playoff run, so special building up that beautiful like the origin of the beam. Like that team like was so special, and like we're getting further and further away from that special environment, and we don't have our leaders like helping like bring that together again. And it's just really sad, and it's really upsetting because I think I'm very confident, like, because like when we're playing good, when like we're getting our production from Kevin and Keegan, I say it all the time, we're an extremely difficult team to beat when those guys help us out, because our starting 5 is doing what they do, but the team is more the team is more than just 5 guys. Shouts out the Hamburgers, but the boys got to step it up.
I kind of want to pivot
ways.
off that too.
I mean,
like, how much do we miss Davion Mitchell right now? Like,
A
how much
lot.
do we miss his energy? I think beyond his defensive prowess, like how much he connects everyone else. Like he's just such a fiery player. He's someone you want to play
It's
on the court
contagious
with.
when you see
and
him
it's
do it.
contagious. Yeah, exactly.
Did you let him walk, or was it a trade? I can't remember.
It was a trade, but it was for
It
a
pretty much
trade
got
that-
DeRozan
It was
here.
basically a walk. It was
Okay.
basically a walk.
It was basically
Yeah.
like we were.
It was a
it's
salary
like
dump.
salary dump to
Oh,
get
that's how
DeRozan.
you got DeRozan, right?
Basically,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
Like that needed to happen in order for us to go after him.
Okay.
But yeah, like I was saying, I think Monty McNair phone calls are ringing. I feel like he's going to be up all night, not sleeping, figuring out how do I make this team better, because I feel like me and Monty see eye to eye on this, where he doesn't want to give up on this core that he built, because I think the whole NBA saw like the Kings had something so special going for them. How could I get them back to that? And also, who needs to go? That's a conversation where it's going to be a difficult conversation. Like who is it? Keegan? Is Keegan the one that, if the right deal is there, is he the one that's being dealt? Is it Malik? Is it,
for sure.
please don't be Fox? But like we don't know. Like there's so much
That's what I'm
uncertainty
saying.
right now.
I don't think Fox is the answer to be
He's
traded.
not. He's
but
not.
I don't think we're in a position where anyone on the Kings should be comfortable, and they don't deserve the right to be comfortable.
I think-
we haven't played well enough to be comfortable.
I think to add to what you were mentioning about Fox, I think one of the biggest things is why the biggest problem is that the point guard position as a whole is the depth is insane. There's so many star point guards that you can just name off the top of your list that like there's top 15 point guards that you can mainly name, and that depth almost is like, can you basically like, where's like a landing spot for Fox? Where would you ideally say like is a landing spot for De'Aaron?
It's got to be the right move.
It has to be the right move.
With
It's not
De'Aaron,
happening this year.
With
It has to
De'Aaron,
be the right-
it needs to be the perfect trade.
It has to be the
needs
right
to be the
move
perfect-
because like you look around across the NBA, how many teams have like solidified their point guard position? A lot of them have.
Yeah.
So like for me, there's not a lot of teams out there in the NBA that are just looking for a star point guard. So
I think Kevin, Keon, and Keegan are more likely to get moved than De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron's home to
Yeah.
Sacramento.
And even with
that man's
Keegan,
the
it
king.
needs
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
if we move Keegan, it needs to be for a borderline all-star or someone that can help our team right now.
But is giving away one of our best defenders on the team the answer too? When we need more defenders?
No.
See, okay,
but
so
I'm not against anything. Like That's my mindset.
One
I'm
of
not
the things.
against anything.
Okay, so one of the things that I see, like, okay, so I'm no basketball analyst. Like, I don't got that experience. I can't really drop any sort of knowledge like that on you. But I can talk about it, the experience of from the fan perspective. And one of the biggest things that I see is like we need someone that like is going to be consistent, but we need people that also contribute to the culture. Because like that Beam Team run, the vibes were at an all-time high. It was immaculate. Like it was a fever dream for the entire year. Like everyone was living their best life. Like Sacramento was like the sports mecca.
It was top 2 destinations in the United States. And it wasn't number 2. It was number 1.
But let's remember
Sacramento
who we
was
had on
everything,
that
man.
team. We had a lot of players that did the dirty work. Terrence Davis,
Yes.
Davion Mitchell. You know, those are players off our bench that gave us minutes, and they didn't care about what their stat line was. They just played freaking hard. And I miss, dude. I know we keep talking about Davion Mitchell. I miss him. I miss Terrence Davis.
Dude, he's been out the league for
and
3 years.
see,
I know he's been out the league for 3 years.
How
but
on earth has he not found a team?
that's
right
what
now?
I'm saying.
So, like,
he gave us crazy good minutes, but we had players during that playoff run that did the dirty things. They did the little things that helped us be a good team. We don't have that this year.
Yeah, and to that point, like those are the things that we need to consider in who or that Monty needs to consider in who's being traded. Like when you think about guys that you're willing to give up, like we don't want to give up the guys that are willing to put like I would want to keep Keon at all costs. Same with and I know Keegan's still going through a slump. Like he still looks like he's afraid of his shadow, but like I do not accept Keegan's slander.
Don't trade him while his value's right here.
Exactly.
At
Like
least. For sure.
Keegan and Keon are two guys that like are gonna go and put like everything they have on the floor, and like those are two guys that have infectious energy. Also, like think about the fan engagement and like the way that the court, like the arena feels. Like every time you hear Murray's name,
Boys,
screamed on the
interject
court.
really quick. Wait, listen to this.
Oh my god, I've never seen anything like that in any arena, in any sport, really. With the Keegan Murray.
In Choach was like, I've never experienced anything like that before. Like,
They even put
he
that
lost
in
his
2K.
mind. They did. It's
That
like
was
you can't.
insane.
I don't think like getting rid of the fan favorites is tough, but
Well, but that's the thing. Like, to get a trade done, you got to give up somebody.
yeah, it's like we can't
So
expect.
who is going to be that one guy?
But I think that's all our mindsets. It's like we don't need a big splash trade. We don't need a Halliburton Sabonis trade to take us to the next step. I think we just need a couple minor moves. And the fortunate part about us is we own all of our picks. We own all of our first round, second round picks. We have a
Which the
bunch of them
Lakers do not.
to trade. Right. So
Yeah.
I don't think moving Fox or making this big move, even moving Keegan, is the
Clippers don't
answer.
have their picks either.
I think it's a
Suns
couple.
don't.
It's a couple minor
Warriors,
moves that can
not
help
really.
our team the rest of the
Thunder
year.
has like everyone's picks for the next
They
like 10
do.
years.
Yeah, it's
They
disgusting.
own it.
It's
I
nasty
have-
behavior.
I have a question for you guys, really quick. So RT just said Phoenix doesn't have their picks, Clippers don't have their picks, and those are older teams.
Lakers. Don't.
We have like
Lakers don't
we
have
have
their
like the
picks either.
perfect window of like our core is at the perfect age right now. Are you guys willing to give up your picks right now for
I think so.
to make
No.
that?
I think so.
I am.
I think so because we
No.
have
Who are the picks?
because so I would
Split
be
decision.
I
I know.
would have a different mindset if we didn't have DeRozan. So
We're
we have
2-3 right
DeRozan
now.
who probably has this year and next year for his peak self, right? So we are in a win now mode because we committed to DeRozan. Because of that, I think I'm ready to give up picks.
I'm ready. I've been ready because
and I think Monty is too.
yes, I
Yeah.
think it's time to unload the picks. I know
Well-
RT feels different. RT,
I do feel different. I think like to counter that, yes, I think I agree if we do have to sell our picks because we are in an all-in situation. But I have to think about the realistic side of things too, where DeRozan is 35 years old. He is getting very old. You know, he's been around the league for
We signed him to 3 years, though,
it's 3
so
years.
it's not like we can say peace to him next year.
But I understand that. But I think from just like you have to understand, he may just retire like next year, and that he may not do like his entire contract. So
not a chance.
There's no
but I understand that. But like there are players that have done that in the past where they haven't like gone through their entire contract and they say, hey, I'm gonna retire because their body just can't do it anymore. So the mileage like is there for some specific players where they just retire. So I think especially with these next two draft classes being very, very good.
Stacked.
I mean, it's stacked. So, like, you know, this year's class is very stacked. I mean, Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper. They have, like, a big man from Duke that's, like, 7'2", that can block shots. Like,
Come on, or
something like that. They have, like, a freshman from BYU who's, like, really good. So, I think the classes that are coming up this year and next year are going to help us out, and those players can contribute to our bench problems right away. They can contribute to a lot of things that could fix our team right away. And this also just gives us an opportunity. I know Devin Carter is going to come back. I've been super high on Devin Carter for a very long time. He was like,
Just talking about him.
yeah, he's a dog. So like,
it's great you're having that long-term perspective, but you have to think of it through. So the person that makes our decisions, Monty McNair, he's on a timeline, right? It's not like he's signed to a
very strict.
Oh, I
10-year,
understand that.
15-year contract. He's on a timeline where he only has this season and
You need
maybe
instant
maybe
gratification
next season
for
to
him.
get this team to trajectory upward, because since
his
the
job.
playoff since
It is
ending
his
the
job.
playoff
Oh,
berth,
100%.
since ending the playoff streak, we've been trajecting down. So obviously our perspective, your perspective is a long-term kind of solution.
I think it
but
is.
the person that's making decisions for our team doesn't have a long-term solution in
no,
mind.
he's
right?
never a long-term person, but like I think
But he's the one making decisions.
that is true. So like I just think that's where he and I like are kind of like coinciding and disagreeing. So I think yes, that is true. Where if you are Monty McNair, you do go all in. But I think just from how stacked these
For sure.
classes are,
If you're like a 2K GM, or if you're
Yeah,
from
if-
outside
yeah,
looking
oh, yeah,
in, like
yeah,
you're
outside-
holding on to your picks.
Yeah,
But if you're
you have
Monty
to.
McNair and you need to win, you need Vivek to be happy.
Thank you,
yeah.
Johnny.
You're trading
Thank
all
you.
your
I've
picks.
been
No,
saying this
there's
forever.
no
perspectives.
there's
I don't
no wrong
disagree with
answer.
anyone's
No, there's no wrong
perspective.
answer.
I'm looking at it from
it both.
our current GM shoes, and if you don't want to get fired, if you don't want Vivek because he didn't give him the extension, if you don't want him to get fired, you're making a move this year. I think.
These Laker fans are just milking it up. Anyways, we're back. As you know, we changed it a little bit up, but Joj had to leave a little bit early, but we'll miss him. But anyways, I want to talk about
I'm
just
sorry. RT said it very kindly. What actually happened is we were recording for another 10 minutes, and Choach, things got heated. Choach stormed. He stormed out the room. He ripped out the cords, and
The takes got way too hot for him.
it got way.
Yeah.
Things got too.
it got
heated
too
in here.
personal. He was
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
like
We were just talking about how much we don't like the Lakers, and then he took it like as if we were talking about him, and then he left, stormed out.
I was like, I brought up the AD versus Sabonis, and then
things
that
got
was-
bad,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Choach left, and it got really bad. But
Only
anyways,
one Laker fan
Yeah, they started
remains.
talking about
Yes.
Mickey Mouse.
Chris
Oh,
Things got personal.
Oh god.
we brought up the bubble, and then Choach he heard enough, and he stormed out. But we're back. So long term, RT.
Yeah, so I mean, we talked about it. I mean, I think that Cristo and Johnny, they're kind of more on the side of going all in with the roster that we have and giving up our picks. I've been on the opposite side where I'm thinking long term and just realizing like, hey, this team may not have the juice that we may have. It's okay if we still hold on to those picks because those picks can be very valuable. And one of the things I talked about was how stacked these two draft classes are. I mean, Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper. They have a big man from Duke that's like 7'2". They have this freshman from BYU that's really good. Another freshman from Baylor that's like athletic. So I mean, there's just like and then the following draft class is also pretty like insane too. So I mean, just from that, I feel like you can really capitalize. There's a lot of better stars. It's a better draft class than this year's draft class. But I think just there's no wrong answer with this either way. I think that that's the direction I would go. But again, Monty McNair, we talked about it a lot. He's not afraid to make the big move. He's not afraid to be very aggressive. And I think that's one of those things that I think to me as a Kings fan, you can just either choose which path you go to, and you just got to just like accept and buy into it.
Do you guys see the hat that he's wearing? That is a college scout hat right there. RT is looking. He is a draft prospect. He's overlooking the 2027 draft. He's looking, and he knows who he
I
wants.
spend too much time on Tankathon. That's what happens when you have a 16-year drought.
Yes. Yeah. So honestly, it's gonna be a very, very interesting next couple of weeks for the Sacramento Kings. I'm not going to say excited. I'm actually kind of scared to see what happens. Hopefully, we could, like what we always say, we trust Monty McNair. He steps up when he needs to. He always waits till, he's just, the pan is just sizzling right now. His hand has just been on the pan. It's burning. It's time to pick up the phone and make the calls. Or what I actually think is happening is I think he is getting an influx. Like, his voicemail is full right now. So I'm just very curious to see what direction we end up going down. But at the end of the day, you got to trust in Monty McNair. And I think his job is on the line, and he's going to make the right move.
And I think that's the biggest thing is like understanding as a Kings fan, the season isn't lost. So we're, like I said earlier, we're 1 or 2 moves away from really contending. But it could be worse, right? Even though we lost the last 3 games. I think we're a move or two away to really compete, and I think everyone in that front office understands that as well.
But when you say 1 or 2 moves away, you're not talking like that big splash. Like I think when you say 1 or 2 moves away, it's like just filling in those.
Well, I think we need to make trades for players that are going to contribute, right? Because
But
we know
specifically on
our
the
bench is
defensive
in
end.
depth, so like we're 1 or 2 key moves away of getting players that will actually contribute to our team, not just moves that are like the Davion Mitchell trade where we get Jalen McDaniels or whatever,
Yeah.
and he doesn't play, right? So we're 1 or 2 moves away from actually getting someone that contributes,
No, I
whether it's a
agree.
Cam Johnson, whether it's a Robert Williams, to actually compete. So it sucks that we're having that conversation, but the season isn't lost.
Yeah, but
right?
those players aren't even like the big name, like the
They're not
marquee
the big name,
guys.
but
That's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. I
That's
don't
what-
think we need a big name
No,
to
we don't.
compete.
We don't.
I think we need a couple mid to minor trades to compete. I don't think we need to make
Like
a
some
splash
glue
for the
guys.
Yeah,
Falcons.
I
Like
think
some glue
it's-
guys, yeah.
guys.
It's just like the 1 or 2 like little cogs that make the whole machine run. For sure. Because
Yeah.
I mean the Kings are
fine.
yeah, the starters are fine. We're so top heavy. The Kings are such an anomaly right now. Like you probably I know you talked about that stat like at the beginning of the podcast about how of the 4 teams that have lost 10 plus home games, 3 out of those 4 teams are 14 games under 500.
Under 500,
and then there's the
us.
Sacramento Kings at 13 and 16.
I think this whole entire season is an anomaly. Like if you look at, we talked about this on the last pod, but the what was it, the point differential or the win differential?
Yeah, we had a positive
We have
point
a positive
differential.
point differential, but we're 13 and 16. But the Lakers are kind of in the same position as us, where I've been wanting to save this conversation. I'm so glad that we have Mezzaningo in the building for this, because the Lakers need to think about right now, because LeBron James's time is, the hourglass is just it's getting so close to the end of his career. And obviously he's still playing this game because he wants the championship. Chris, what do you think the Lakers need to do well, first, what do you think they need to do right now? And then what do you think, say this year they don't make a playoff run or deep playoff run, what is LeBron's future with the Lakers?
I mean, for me, I think the crazy thing is like the Lakers are like 1 or 2 plays away from being reversed records with you guys. Like a couple plays, even just today, a couple games that the Lakers had. Like we're only 2 games ahead of you guys.
2 or 3. Oh, in the
2 or
win
3.
column?
In the win column?
Yeah.
It's very close.
Which is crazy, because I feel like
And
we're
you guys are
so
like
we're in
five seed.
fifth.
You're the fifth.
We're in
5 seed,
fifth.
right?
After this one, Lakers jumped to
Yeah,
5.
they won because
Yeah.
the Mavericks won tonight too.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So I mean, in no way, shape, or form should we feel like comfortable where I'm at, because like a couple games like losses in a row, you guys are right where we're at. So
You hit rock bottom and you think there's nothing that could bring you out of it.
exactly. So you guys, I mean, I know it probably sucks to lose 3 in a row or things like that, but you guys can easily just get back, to the win column and jump up to like 4th in like a 2-week span.
It really could happen.
And we're like 3 games out. Like it's
Exactly.
like how tight that's how tight it is. Because like Memphis, Dallas, Houston, and then OKC. Those are like 4 that I think those 4 are going to be locked pretty much no
Exactly.
matter what. But I think that 5 spot, I think we're 3 games out or something like that. Something
so
ridiculous.
crazy.
So like I agree with you, Chris. I think that's like how intense like the West is in
It's so
general.
stacked.
It's so
Yeah,
nuts, man.
I was looking earlier. If you guys were in the East, you guys would be like 7th.
yeah.
Exactly.
So-
And even like a week ago, we would have been like 5.
Exactly.
But the thing that's crazy is, like you were saying with the Lakers, like the reverse. Like if things went right or went wrong, you guys would be where we're at.
Exactly.
We could attest to that so much, because we have 15 games or 16 games now that are within 5 points. So it's like, yeah, there's that one extra 3 or that one defensive stop. We wouldn't be talking how we are right now.
Exactly.
So that's what's so crazy about how important these games are. It's because every game matters, and like you're gonna get down to like trade deadline, you're gonna get down to after All-Star break, and you're gonna be like, man, if only we beat that Atlanta Hawks team at home, or if we only beat Detroit, or if we only, you know what I'm saying? So it's like those games could haunt us going forward, but I mean, it's too early to say. But luckily, it's too early to say, because we're about to hit that 30 game mark tomorrow, and we'll have 52 games to go. So I mean, obviously, like you said, like we could go on a magical run right now, but how the team is playing, I don't think it's in our immediate future unless Monty McNair
I mean, I feel like
pushes the button.
We're just so close. I think we're 26 after possessions away
gosh.
Yes, you're right, Gek. You're so right.
from being in that win column. Yes, and I think that's what it was. I think we need 30.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know Keegan was taking notes during that speech.
Yeah.
So
He's got the tally mark. He's like,
Yes, coach. Yes, coach.
yes. Yeah, Keegan is a student of the game, but
Going back to like what you were saying though, I feel like the Lakers are pretty much in the same boat as you guys. Like, yeah, we're fifth seed now, but we're in very much like win now mode, like you were saying. Like the Lakers obviously still like have a lot to work on. We're by no means like perfect in any way, shape, or form, obviously. So I feel like we're kind of in the same boat. Like we both need the same type of player, like that 3-and-D wing, like a glue guy off the bench. Like, cause our bench is, if D'Lo's not playing well, our bench is terrible. Like just a week ago, I think we had like 5 bench points,
yeah,
which
so
is insane.
I think the Kings and Lakers.
So we're
It's
probably
very
all,
ironic how we could relate on so many things.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so crazy.
It's crazy.
our GMs are probably getting the same exact calls for
No,
like the
really?
same exact players.
You
So-
don't think about it that way too, especially from like because we're so focused on our team. You don't see that from other like teams.
No, there's
too,
so many
it's
other
like,
teams that
it's
are
wild.
We struggle in so many of the same fields. You know, it's
Yeah,
crazy
it's
that
wild.
the Lakers. You know, you look at a 5 seed, you're like, oh, they're chilling, but you
Not
know,
at all.
one bad week,
Hey, we
they're,
were
they're
a 5 seed
dropping
last year.
I mean,
10.
it's funny because that's kind of one of the reasons why this game was like so entertaining. Like all just like trading basket, like
Great
back
game.
and forth, back and
Yes.
forth, because like we are both broken in the same way.
Exactly. And we need the same help.
we both have a ton of weaknesses on
Yeah.
our team.
it's like we've got a broken left wrist and the Lakers have a broken right wrist.
The only
It's
thing,
like-
the only thing you guys don't have that we do is a 40-year-old man.
yeah,
That's the
You guys
only
got the
thing.
40-year-old man.
40-year-old
That's the only
generation
thing.
You guys
talent.
we
got
can't
One of the
fix
best
that.
players of all time.
Goat.
He's a goat.
Look,
but,
James.
But you can't fix age. And Father Time is catching up to
Yeah,
him.
no, I know you're not the biggest fan of the Goat James Cree.
But today, seeing that man have that look on his face,
Oh, it
because
was so
me
scary.
and
It
Chris,
was-
he was playing out of his mind like that.
It was
when
like
he was
watching.
backing down
It was like
Fox.
watching the 2013 my LeBron on the Heat. Like his
We
prime.
thought he was dropping 50. He had
I
like
thought he was
45
dropping
at
50 too.
half.
I was like,
100%
I was like, if he was 50th, 40th birthday,
Yeah.
drops 50. I'm like, what else can the Goat can do? You know?
that play where he was backing down De'Aaron's spin move dunk. And he had like a run where I think it was the second quarter. He ended up finishing with 23 points in the first half. But he had these moves where after he would score,
Just the stare down.
the stare down to Fox, the stare down to
Jones.
Isaac.
Oh yeah,
Poor
he was like,
Isaac
he was
Jones.
talking. He was talking to like a fan too. He was like
Oh,
talking
I
to a
saw
fan.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was like
yeah.
talking to a fan. He was like, just have your beer and just shut up.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
yes.
No way.
Yes.
With
Yes.
some
We saw
expletives
it,
in
too.
there.
Remember we were talking
Yeah,
about
we were like, oh, he's tripping with someone. But
Yeah.
like, talk about a welcome to the NBA moment for Isaac Jones.
Yeah.
Having LeBron, a 39-year-old LeBron James mean mugging
mugging.
you. It's, you know, like when it's like dark outside and like when you breathe and it's like got the air coming out like that. I felt like he had smoke coming out of his nostrils when he was staring at
Smoke coming out of his fingertips,
at
too.
Isaac Jones.
I mean, I hope Isaac Jones just was taking notes,
Yeah, he's like,
like watching everything that LeBron was doing. He's like, I can emulate that.
He's like, that will
maybe not to
That'll-
that
that'll-
extent.
that'll
He's
help
like,
us.
that will be
I'm not gonna. I want to
We
get
just need a
quoted.
fraction of that.
Yeah, just a fraction. I don't want to get quoted on here comparing Isaac Jones to LeBron James, but
I mean,
You get what I
I'm
mean.
fine with having that label. I see it. I see it. I see it.
I mean, yeah, with those glasses, you got the vision.
I got the vision. I mean, there's so many ups and downs from this Kings and Lakers game, but I think the biggest storyline is what are the Kings going to do, and like how do we go on from here? And that's just something that is completely out of our control, and it's something that is currently in the hands of the front office, because just seeing the frustration with Fox in the press conference, seeing how players are just letting the outside noise get to them, like trade rumors. Like you're seeing like a completely discombobulated team right now. We don't look the same. We don't look like we're having fun out there. I'm nervous for the boys, and I really hope that we could turn it around.
I think going back to the picks topic that we're talking about, like whether they should keep their picks or sacrifice them all now. I don't know if you guys are fans of football, but obviously RT is. Shout out to fantasy.
Yeah. Shout out fantasy.
But if you guys saw the Rams like 2 years ago, their GM was famous for saying "F them picks."
F them.
Yeah.
And you know what happened?
They won the Super
They
Bowl.
won a
that year.
Super Bowl. So sometimes it pays off to sacrifice the picks, even though it might sacrifice like some of your distant future maybe.
No, that's why I'm all for trading the picks, because the way I view it is we got De'Aaron, DeRozan, Sabonis. Well, okay, outside of DeRozan, we have De'Aaron, Sabonis, Monk in their prime right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw success with them before. If you want to extend this run, and you don't want to break it up, you gotta trade the draft picks in order to get those Robert Williams, Matisse Thybulles, Jeremy Grant, who knows who, like who knows who that missing pieces. But you can't just trade a Trey Lyles to get one of those guys. You can't just trade a.
You guys are also
Colby
like
Jones.
a fairly young team too.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
For the
That's
Lakers,
why-
it's different because we're old. Like we have an old
Exactly.
LeBron, so
That's
like,
why I'm
we
not-
have to sacrifice now.
No,
you guys
you have to.
don't necessarily need to. You want to,
yeah, but you want to
improve,
because
but-
you want this core to like maintain a run for years and years
Exactly.
to come, and like.
But our core is not going to carry us. We need depth.
But that's why I'm saying trade the picks.
Right, and I don't think
Trade
that's
the
why.
picks.
That's why it's not a coincidence that you see us in rumors. So, if anything, that's a telltale sign that our GM Monik Pinera is making calls. He's making waves around the league, and he's taking calls for offers. So, I think that's encouraging to see. Obviously, rumors are rumors, right? They're not going to ever come to fruition. Anything, but the fact that the Kings are in them, I think goes to show that Monty's at least taking calls from teams, and he has an open mind on actually making a move.
Are your guys' picks like now picks or like
We own all
future?
of our picks.
So
pretty
like
much.
every year,
Future,
basically.
pretty
Okay,
much,
because
yeah.
the Lakers don't own one till like 2029.
I think we gave up one conditional first for Kevin Herter in like
Okay.
2024 or something.
Yeah, because then it turns into
For next year.
It turns into two second round picks.
But it's lottery protected, I believe.
Yeah, so our pick is our pick this year is top
That's
12.
only one.
Yeah, it's top 12 protected.
Okay.
But if we aren't able to convert that, then it basically turns into two second round picks for Atlanta.
So other than that, we have all our first.
Yeah, so that's pretty much
crazy
it.
to me.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Yeah, you got stuff to work with.
Yeah,
No,
we do.
That's
we
what
do.
I'm saying.
We do. Oh, for sure.
Who's that one guy on ESPN that does like the trade tracker?
Oh, the mock trades and all that.
Yeah, what's his name? The bald guy. Zach.
It's not. Oh gosh,
It's not Zach Lowe, it's-
No,
Or Bob. No, is it Bob?
is it Bobby Marks?
Bobby Marks.
That's
Yeah,
him.
Bobby Marks.
I
yeah.
love that we have a Bobby Marks on the pod. That's what I was trying to get to. Because RT, the fact that he could break down what the top 12 protected means and how it goes to Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean that's
The fact that we could just have a walking trade machine on our
Yeah.
on our podcast is pretty
RT's a
incredible.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
He literally could do
Good
it. He, like name a skill he has.
In
it.
every sport too. That's
CMC
crazy.
baby, CMC.
Yes. Nings, I know you brought up how you said you want to talk about. I didn't want to talk about 2002. Could I just bring up one thing to you?
Of course.
I have a question for you. In that Game 6 game, how many times did the Lakers shoot free throws in that fourth quarter? The game where it forced the Game 7. I just want to hear what you think from a Laker fan.
Oh god,
'Cause this is important.
Really trying my memory. I was like what 5 years old.
I know. I mean, we were all young at the time,
And so
but,
were we.
But
We
You were.
remember it.
You, I bet you do.
it ruined our Christmas. it ruined our.
We had like
our
double
Easter.
the amount of free throws, like triple almost the amount of free throws that
They
you
shot.
guys had.
They
right?
shot 27 free throws.
As to your like
9
Oh, okay, I was gonna say like 7.
in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah.
So just-
Alone.
How many of those were Shaq's? Do you know off the top of your head?
I was about to
I
say.
mean,
90%.
Probably.
And how many did he even make?
All I gotta
Yeah,
say is
that's,
what, no,
that's the deep dive stat.
They
So
mi-
that's the thing is like
they missed 5.
they
Tw-
we only 5.
22 for 27.
Okay, that's pretty good
But
for the fourth.
I mean, I don't know why I wanted to bring that up. I just wanted to see.
You just wanted a little trivia.
I just wanted a Lakers fan perspective of like, do you understand the heartbreak of a Netflix documentary coming out about the NBA
Oh, I
referee
can't wait.
scandal, and then I mean, it already came out, but then the fact that Kings fans had to actually deal with that, and when we were on the verge of building something so special, the referees and the Lakers ruined that for us. Like, you know, you're partly responsible. You see, you're wearing the championship
it.
jacket.
0-2 right
Well,
there,
he's got
baby.
the. He's got
0-2.
the.
There
he's
needs
got-
to be an asterisk.
Well,
on
he's
that
got the
02.
correct. Well, yeah,
There's
he's
an
got the.
asterisk.
No, I don't have the asterisk on.
Put
here
the
yet.
asterisk on
No,
the
For 2020 is
Yeah,
not on yet.
no,
I
it's
gotta
not.
update it.
That's the correct jacket to wear though, because the.
Yes,
No,
yes.
but
See,
both
this
count.
No Mickey Mouse ring.
This one's
I'll
accurate.
Put a patch of Mickey right here if you want me
Patch
to.
of Mickey.
This
Just
one,
put my
that's
face
why
on
like
there.
you shouldn't upgrade it because you know the bubble doesn't count.
Hey, they all
The Disney
said
ring.
if they were there, they
Or-
all would have won it.
I mean, if
That's
anything,
my thing.
if you want to include it, then just swap the 02.
Yes,
Just
yeah,
What's the
let's
Mickey
trade
number?
one.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh,
a
that's
good
smart.
way.
You
can
Smart.
change the
Actually,
02 to
That's actually really
20.
smart.
So I know you guys
And we'll
have
take it
17
back.
championships on our 0, but at least we got a purple beam that you guys will never
Yeah, we
replicate.
will never. We could have the purple beam or the gold.
Hey, but we got there
But
first. We
you
got there
did.
first.
That's
We'll
all
never
there
have it.
first. Yeah.
At least our arena is named after a credit union. Yours is named after a currency.
The crypto.com. It's not even a thing anymore.
It's broken.
They like
a
went bankrupt.
flawed, broken
I
system.
mean, okay,
Yeah.
we actually could relate again. Like Kings and Lakers relating on more things. We
Yep.
used to have an arena named after the power balance bracelets. Remember those?
That was your. I thought it was Arco.
Well, after it was the Sleep Train, and then after
Power
Arco,
Balance
the
Pavilion.
Power
Sleep
Balance
Train.
Dang, you
Pavilion.
guys changed a lot.
So we named our whole arena after a fake bracelet.
Those are fire in middle school.
They were.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, I feel like they helped me in PE class in
Yeah.
middle school.
They made you
Those in
faster.
the those in the I Heart Boobies bracelets.
Oh.
Those were the ones.
The I Love Hater socks.
Yes.
DGK, Dirty Kettle Kids.
Yes,
DGK.
exactly.
Team Money still wears Nike Elite socks. Team Money's always got some negative to say. I mean, take off the neon socks, man. Take them off, Trent. He never has anything nice to say, Trent, man. Take off the Nike Elite socks, dude. Take them off. Take off the Nike shorts. Just run it back with something else. Anyway.
That took a turn.
Wow. I did not see
Gek.
that coming.
Do you want to take the floor?
Yeah, I think we should do that. I mean, since we're talking about the Lakers giving us back that championship, I mean, it is the season of giving. So
Oh god. Okay, so the
It
reason why I
is.
prompted Gek is because he told us that he had a surprise for us, but since we have to keep this a little bit short with the lack of battery on the laptop, Gek, take it away.
yeah, I mean, Cristo is my brother. This podcast obviously is very important to him, and what kind of brother would I be if I did not give him and the Kang Gang boys a gift?
Let's go! Let's go!
Lying.
No way.
No,
You got
no.
start with him first.
Start with me?
Yeah, start with him
Yeah.
first.
No
Let's hand this over
way.
to Cristo first.
Yep.
No
You have to
frickin'
start.
way.
You got to start with your brother first.
Oh my gosh. Here, can you hold the mic near me?
I got you.
So go ahead and start. Just open it first.
It's a dope bag, by the way.
Oh my god, it's all okay. Should I start with the bag?
Start with
The box.
one of the boxes,
Okay.
and then just hand each one
yeah,
of those.
there's
Be
three
careful.
boxes.
One of them might be open,
Oh shoot. Okay.
so just be careful with it.
Okay, this one.
So maybe save the open one for you, Cree, so you can.
Okay, yeah. Jono?
Thank you.
What is in this?
I'm curious.
I'm
to
gonna
see.
put this down.
Oh my gosh, guy.
Okay, is this one the open one? Oh, it's open. Okay.
Yeah.
So what should I open it right now?
Yeah, do it.
All right, so like 3, 2, 1, right?
No way. No way. No way. What? Hey, we got the Kang Gang pod mugs. Hey, get my drink. Pour it in there.
Hey, these boys got official merch.
Hey, we got some merch. Hey, right there. Hey, pour me up. Pour me up. Hey, pour in for everyone.
Gak, these are beautiful. These are beautiful.
Pour in for
Gak.
Johnny.
Oh my
RT's still
God,
opening.
yes.
RT's still opening.
These
Come
are
on.
beautiful.
We got the Kang Gang
Onto the
pod.
RT.
I know. This is already broken. Then I gotta broken. I gotta take it in one
While we're
way.
waiting, Johnny, we're waiting for
Oh
RT.
shit! I should have done it this way. That's all right.
We're waiting for RT to
Hey,
open
be
the
careful,
box
it's
so that we could.
Just tear it up,
I'm gonna
man.
go. I'm tearing it up already, so it's all.
Tear that box up.
Yeah, just don't let it fall out.
I'm just gonna go.
Imagine it breaks.
Break the mug.
The Kang Gang pod mugs.
Dude, this is beautiful.
That's insane.
Dude, the logo on the mug. I'm gonna be sipping on this every day of my life.
As long as I cover it the sides, then we're good.
Okay, RT's still opening
RT,
it.
There's a mug in there, I
You picked the
promise.
least efficient way to open this.
I picked the most inconvenient route, but we
All
got
right.
it.
Wait, RT. Wait, he's gonna pour a little bit in
All
there.
right, here we go.
Wait. Hold it normal. Hold it normal.
There you go.
Okay,
There you
cheers.
go.
Cheers.
Cheers to the
boys.
KGP.
Cheers, Gak.
Cheers,
Thank
boys.
you,
That's
Gak. Thank you.
incredible.
Thank you, Gak. Thank you
Incredible.
so much.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. The
my
KGP
gosh.
mugs. Hit our link in bio to buy these.
This is actually really good.
Use code Cristo for 10%.
Gak, oh, that was freaking
No,
That was
These are
that
amazing,
that
dude.
made Christmas. That made
Gak,
Christmas for all of us.
that made this loss so much better. That made this loss so much better.
Okay, there's still one more.
Oh shoot.
Oh, it's gotta be. Oh yeah, for Creed.
Is it for me?
More gifts.
Is it for
more
me?
gifts.
Can you hold this thing?
What's a brother would gift here?
Okay. Oh god.
RT, what did you do?
I know, dude. I just went the most inconvenient way.
You just tore the box up.
I was just
All right.
like, I could not find the.
I'm opening
center.
this up. I'm very nervous.
What could it be?
Oh. It feels like a blanket. No freaking way. I just put the pieces together. No way. Don't tell me. Don't freaking tell me.
Oh my
Oh my god!
Is that a
Tell me.
KGP blanket?
Don't you dare tell me this right freaking now. Is it a... No. No.
That is gorgeous.
No.
That is gorgeous.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, that is. Boys, that is amazing.
Boys, get over here right now.
That is such a good gift.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god. This is amazing.
This is what
my
this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about, everybody.
I mean, I know this blanket is a tried and true classic, but
Yeah, this is
this is
next
official.
episode. Next episode, we're definitely upgrading
Crazy
this.
upgrade right there.
I think you guys are
This next
deserving of an
episode, we're
upgrade.
upgrading that.
No
shit
matter how
for
good
real.
the Kings are doing, KGP's forever.
Yeah,
We'll have a
KGB's
new roster
forever.
and a new blanket. Dude.
Monty McNair, if you're on the phone, give
that's
us
awesome,
blankets
dude. Thank
too.
you,
Let's
brother.
go.
This is like
Yeah,
thick
this is
quality,
incredible.
Good quality.
This is crazy.
Oh my god.
This is insane.
Oh my god.
Wow, that was unexpected.
Put this on me right now. Put this on me.
Sleep with this tonight? I'm sleeping right there.
I mean, I'm the one sleeping on the floor out there, so I
you
might
need it.
actually.
You need
ask
it.
to
Yeah, you
borrow
need it.
that.
Yeah, give it to him, and then I give it back to him.
Gek, thank you. I can't thank you enough, dude. This means so much to me because obviously, like this podcast, I feel like this is my firstborn child, and I care about this podcast more than anything. So the fact that you went out of your way to frickin' take our logo, put it on a blanket, put it on some mugs, this is incredible, dude. No, thank you so much.
You're
This is probably you've gotten me some crazy gifts. You see the Bean Team sign? That's Gek. Gek, all the coolest gifts came from Gek, but this one, I think this one means the most. And Gek's got me some crazy stuff, but Gek is the best gift giver out there. And he just flies in from San Diego and he shows up with a surprise gift on the pod. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god, I'm ending the pod right now. I'm going to bed and sleeping on this thing.
Blanket.
Dude, this is incredible. This is amazing. Gek, the studio just got an upgrade.
Major upgrade.
Major upgrade alert.
Hey, you guys
Major upgrade
deserve
alert.
it. You guys deserve it.
Thank you, Gek. This is a very, very incredible gift. That means a lot. This is awesome. Man, I'm so excited. I don't even know what else to talk about at this point.
Hey, sheesh.
I mean, should we just wrap it up?
I think that's a perfect
You
way
think
to
that's
end
a great
it.
way to
I
end
think
it?
that's a great
I don't know a better way to
end it.
I don't know a better way to end it, honestly, because
yeah. Shout out to Chris and Mogi for
Yes,
coming up.
yes.
Yep,
Thank
thank you
you
appreciate
so
it. Yep.
much. Thank you so
guys
much for
for
being
having me.
on.
Yep, always.
You guys are always welcome for
Always.
the Lake Show pod.
In the mix.
In the mix.
Yeah, in the mix. I
Hey,
love it.
let us know once you make your pod. We'll hop on
So
for
I
We'll
sure.
hop on.
I would love to make a
Shit.
pod.
Gek, thank you again. Gek's
Yeah,
first
and
appearance
thank
on
you,
the
Gek,
pod,
man. That's-
and he comes bearing gifts. This is Gecky Claus. We got Gecky Claus. Oh my
Gecky
god,
Claus.
this is unbelievable. I'm so glad you did this. This is the greatest thing ever. Dude, look at the thread count. Who's talking about thread count right here?
No,
This is
only
what I knew.
us.
This
Only
is what I
us.
knew as a blanket because this is like the vintage tapestry blankets. It's handmade. And it looks like it's hand knitted. Did Jordan do this? Did Jordan knit this?
No.
Wait, I think before we close out, let's invite him in. Gek, open the door. Tell him to come in. Be careful. Don't pull on it. Don't pull on it.
Yeah. So all of them. All right, let's go.
Everyone come in. Everyone come in here.
Yo, careful with the camera.
Yep. Make sure. Yep. There you go.
Maya, Yaz, Michelle, Jordan.
Michelle.
Everyone come in.
All right, be careful with the door.
Everyone come in. Guys, look what we got. We got Maya in the building. She's our producer. We got Yazbula in the
Production crew
building.
is here.
We got Michelle. And we got Jordan. We got a full house. This is what we're working with. This is an incredible podcast. Thank you guys so much for just being a part of our lives. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. This has been amazing. We had people flying in to be here. We had Chris and Yaz. They flew in
Anything for
from
the pod.
Ontario. We had Jordan and Gek. They came all the way from San Diego. They stopped in San Luis Obispo, stopped in San Francisco, and then they made the permanent stop at the KGP. Maya lives here, so Maya's here every time.
Great host.
But
Great host.
and then we got Michelle. Oh gosh. We got Michelle. Michelle is in the building.
Sacramento for a year and a half.
Michelle is new to the city, but she's forever in our hearts.
Forever a Bean member. Yeah.
And we got everyone here, and this is how we wanted to end the pod
Yeah,
today. We wanted
yeah.
to bring everyone in here. It's a celebration. The Kings have lost 3 games in a row. Let's freaking go! We don't care.
Yes. And I want to say one thing before we go. We wish you all a very Kingsmas and a happy New Year with new beams to help.
Laker
you.
man. Laker
That was
man.
beautiful. That was
Thank you,
beautiful,
thank
RT.
you, thank you.
Merry Kingsmas, everyone.
Merry Kingsmas.
Merry
Merry
Kingsmas,
Kingsmas.
everyone.
Love you.
Have a good night.
Merry
Christmas.
Lakermas, let me just say.
Hey, don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! We out.
Let's go. What an ending.
What an ending.